What? What is that? That is not supposed to happen. I think that's done. And what you're thinking is not always true. So, I'm still making a horror game. It's very buggy. So I'm thinking, how do I make this game even scarier? And that means I need to add sound effects. Okay, let's go. So the basic idea is that every action or event that happens in the game should have a sound effect associated with that. So some examples, when you're walking, there should be footsteps. When you're jumping, when you land, there should be a landing sound. And so much more. Like the key drops, then there should be a sound for that too. So what do you do if a sound is too frequent? Like it gets so repetitive. So one way to fix that is to use pitch bend. So that way every time the sound plays, there's a tiny bit of variation in the pitch so that it's less repetitive. Another way to fix it is to just make it less loud. Like decrease the volume a little bit. And also if you have important sounds, like the sounds that only plays once or twice, then you should increase the volume of that. And also another thing to keep in mind is reverb. So if you have more reverb, it means that the space is open, it's very large, and it's empty. This kind of thing. If you have less reverb, it makes it feel kind of closed and cramped, which is the kind of feeling that I'm trying to create here. So once you get to more complicated sounds, like this one, where you encounter the sitting shadow, then you might want to have multiple sounds layered together. So here I have this kind of horrifying sound, right? And then I also have the murmuring sound. So I want to layer them on top of each other to make one sound, and that's gonna be very cool. But you don't want to have too much sounds. In fact, silence can also be very effective. So here I have the screwdriver, and when you use the screwdriver, there's two outcomes. One of them is that you get the key, but the other one is that you die, which is not very good. After you insert the screwdriver, there should be a suspense. And a good way to do that is to use silence. Yeah. But for these like more important sounds, it's kind of hard to know like what sounds should I use or when should I play it. I won't know for sure unless I actually tested it. But one way to significantly reduce that kind of process is that you can just record a video of the gameplay and then you put that into the video editing software and then you find the sound that matches that footage. So here I have the crash and I need to match the timings and the sounds. And that's very important because if you play the wrong sounds or if you play the right sounds but at the wrong time, it can break the immersion. So by using the video editing software, it's very easy to see if the sound works. And one tiny thing is that sometimes the sound comes from very far away. So in here I have the drop door, and the door actually makes the sound once it hits the ground, right? But it's actually really far away. So I want to reduce the volume. And not only that, I want to make it so that you only hear it on the right ear. This is because the drop door is like to the right of the player. And so we want to show that in the actual sound itself. And speaking of the drop door, I also added this vase. So this vase is, as you can see, very broken, and it's actually meant to be broken by this drop door over here. But it's kind of unintuitive because like, what if I just step on it? Like, if I step on it, that would be enough to break the vase, right? Like, it should be, but it's not. You have to use the drop door. It's a game, don't worry about it. But then also the vase is broken. Like, why is the vase just flying around, bro? Like, I want to put it under the drop door to break it, but it's just flying around. But anyway, one final thing is that when you have two things that kind of similar, like for example, I have the picture over here and it can interact with certain items to make it kind of glow. And in that case, I want to make a similar sound because they share the similar functions. But that's pretty much it for adding sounds to my game. I think adding sounds is really fun because it is a really simple way to enhance the experience. And especially for horror, because horror is a genre that relies on sound effects a lot. And horror games is really important for building the atmosphere and other things like jump scares. Thanks for watching. Bye.